Man, I got something I need to confess to you guys. I went to the dark side. I didn't think I ever would, but I ended up buying a DeWalt tool. Who does that? Okay, all joking aside, I am a Milwaukee fan. Not fan, but once you start on a certain battery platform, it just makes sense to continue it. And so I have amassed a wide variety of Milwaukee tools.
Even a Milwaukee cordless caulking gun, because I need that.
I love Milwaukee tools, but Milwaukee doesn't make one of these. This is the DeWalt. It is a DCP-W550 pressure cleaner. Now, they don't call it a pressure washer, pressure cleaner, and that's a very important distinction. This thing does a pretty decent job. The reason I bought this was 2 winters ago, we had a really long cold spell, like the warmest temperatures were like minus 25. And during that time, none of the car washes were open. And I hate a dirty car. It drives me bonkers. My cars need to be clean all the time. And if I were to use my regular gas-powered pressure washer in here, this whole place would just get soaked. And so I was thinking, if I bought something a little less powerful, maybe there would be a little less overspray and I could wash vehicles inside the shop. I've got a nice drain in the front of the shop. And to that end, it worked fantastic. I've tried it on lots of different other things. I've tried cleaning our siding with it, our patio furniture, and it does work really, really well. I use it with the garden hose, but they also give you this hose here. And the nice thing with this is that if you're off-grid somewhere, say you're at a motocross track, you don't have access to water, you can use a 5-gallon bucket. Well, you'd have to have the water in it, but you can just drop this into the bucket and essentially you can pressure wash anywhere. I did buy a dual flex, dual fuel, well, I don't even know a flex volt. This is a 60 volt or a 20 volt, 6 amp hour battery. And I can get 2 quick car washes on one battery or one really in depth, like going over everything, cleaning the engine bay out, and I still have about 1 bar left. So I would say you get about half hour of good solid runtime on a single battery of this size. But this thing works really, really well. It comes with this storage here. I really like this. These are for your different degree of nozzles. You have a 40, a 15, and a 25. So obviously the wider you are, the less concentrated that pressure is gonna be. If you wanna clean really well, you get the nose like you're nice and tight. But they also give you one of these rotating like a turbo wand. And this is what I leave on there. This thing works really well, does a great job. I've cleaned like our front entry. Sometimes I just don't want to get out my gas-powered pressure washer, and I'm actually impressed with this. It does what I hoped it would do. I had my expectations reasonable. Don't think that this is going to replace a pressure washer because it's not. But for what it is, I'm impressed. You can also remove the main wand, and they give you one of these little, it's not a foam cannon. Don't think of this as a foam cannon. It doesn't spray like a real foam cannon does, but if you had like, say, squirting some detergent on your siding or something like that, it works okay for that. Now I do run a foam cannon on the end of this, and I don't get the incredible suds as I do on my higher powered gasoline pressure washer, but it does a good job. It puts a nice healthy lathering on there that doesn't fall off right away. It does pretty good. So this one's rated at 550 PSI. There's a low setting for pressure and a high setting for pressure. I don't know why you would go low because it seems moderately ineffectual. Maybe the high is just, and low is just for conserving battery life, but this would be ideal for like you go out mountain biking and your thing's filthy. You could just carry a 5-gallon pail of water with you and you could clean off your bikes. I bet with 5 gallons of water in this thing, you could do 3 or 4 dirt bikes, get them washed off, get the gunk off before we bring them home. So for in situations like that, or if you had like an off-grid cabin or something like that, this thing actually is pretty good. If you're thinking about buying one of these, You just need to understand its use case. This isn't going to replace a regular pressure washer. If you have a regular pressure washer and you're looking for something a little more convenient, this is definitely not a mistake. I'm still quite happy that I bought this, even though it's a DeWalt. This is the only DeWalt tool I own and will probably remain that way. But if you're thinking, hey, I'd like a pressure washer, maybe I'll just get one of these instead. Tread with caution. It does work, but it is not what you'd be used to when you go to the car wash. But for tiny little niche uses, this thing works really well. It also has a filter, a strainer filter, and we're on well water out here, and I've had to clean that out a few times, but that makes me glad because it's not getting into the internals, and it's actually doing a really good job at filtering this out. So overall, I'm very happy with this. Again, I've had this for about a year and a half, and this is a worthwhile tool. If I knew what I know about it now, I would buy it again. I also haven't been easy on this tool. It's a DeWalt, so I kind of treat it like someone that doesn't belong. I've dragged it, scraped it, beat it, and it just keeps on working, so that's pretty good. Anyways, there you guys have it. Quick little overview of the DeWalt DCPW550 pressure cleaner. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers.